All right, Rev, we should be live, right? Well, there's a ton of cards to reveal, and then we'll probably do some that event shit where we can get those Lich King. I was doing some of them off stream, but man, it's like getting. Of course, I never got Lich King, and then when I did get him, it was the game was already over, and never got a chance to play his stupid cards. Maybe the little
Yeah.
robot, no, the little doggy might actually be better because it you get it usually much sooner. But anyways, let's go over these tons and tons of cards we have to cover. We left off at Anti-Magic Shield, which I forgot if we liked that card. I think it's not bad, right?
Yeah, it's not bad. I
Not
mean, it
bad.
got it's 1 mana less
And one
and
buff, yeah,
one
so
one less
not quite as good as the Lich King. So, anyways, let's finish up
flexible
the
though.
Frost, and I think Rev and I, after we're done, we're gonna discuss what kind of Death Knights we're gonna go with. All right, so this is a Bone Breaker one.
I just rolled this guy super hard, by the way.
Oh
My game
man,
just ended. Because
was it?
I had Khazar, I had 2 Khazars and 2 blue marbles from Sinister London, and then I finished the
Ooh.
game with Ultron. All my
Ooh.
drones had +5 attack.
You have to share that Ultron deck. I like Ultron. I've never used Ultron, so I need to.
Yeah,
Need
I
to.
can share that. It's fun. It
Well,
probably needs
definitely.
some work, but it's fun.
Well, like my new movement
Patriot,
Magneto
you
deck
know.
doesn't have everything we need, but at least we got the card. All
Yeah.
right, so this is a 1 mana 2/2. So that'll, of course, it requires 1 Frost Rune. So not every 1 Frost Rune is probably not that difficult to get. I have anticipation this might be nerf to 2. People are already demanding nerfs in the expansion, not even out. But this card is extremely strong. It's after her attacks a minion, though. It has to be a minion. So there is that. Deal 2 damage to any hero. So it's almost like, what was that warrior?
Like
Is
that
it the
Demon Hunter
card?
glaive.
Yeah, where if it gets an honorable kill. So this is actually better because you don't have to worry about the honorable kill thing, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the honorable kill is a little bit more flexible because you can do more damage potentially. But this is
Sometimes it would hit more, yeah.
yeah, very good card. Very, very good card. Because
Yeah, solid.
yeah, it's going to be able to contest most of 1 and 2 drops pretty easily. And then if you do some trades, you might be able to kill something bigger. Yeah, this is a great card. The good thing is it would be a little OP if it was attack. When you attack, it deals 2 damage to the enemy hero. And then you'd be doing 4 hit damage per swing. So yeah, I don't think the Death Knight has ways to buff.
I don't think they have, yeah.
You know, way to buff their weapons. But anyways, this is
Not like Shaman and
yeah.
Demon Hunter, yeah.
I could actually see a lot of maybe not pure Frost decks, but at least 1 Frost rune to get this in to contest early game. Very, very strong.
Seems like it'd be a good addition to an aggro deck, right?
Yep.
Wanted to do something like 2 Unholy Frost or something.
Very, very good.
Because for 1 Frost, you can play the 3/4 that draws whenever you whenever one of your guys dies.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, maybe there's like a 2 Unholy 1 Frost deck that's
I think
plays this aggro deck, right?
I think it's going to be a very good card, Rev, and I'm really looking forward to actually playing some Death Knight. I know it's going to be OP, it's going to be broken. People are gonna
That's how we like it, man.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're going to demand nerfs. Blizzard's actually been very good about, well, I don't want to say good, better about, what's it called? Balancing the game. So we're going to see if that holds up true. Hold on. All right. So anyways, I really think this is a very strong card. I don't think it's going to not be played because I think all the Lich King cards or the Death Knight cards are going to see a lot of play. The only thing is, I do think it's probably going to be nerfed eventually to 2 Frost, maybe. But right now, though, it's very, very good. So next up is 3 mana, 1 Frost Rune. Howling Blast was one of my favorite abilities for the Frost DK, and it was very broken at first when it first came out. It was even after the nerfs, it was still pretty much one of their main damage dealer. It was an area effect nuke, basically. So deal 3 damage to an enemy and freeze it. Ooh, interesting. Deal 1 damage to all others. So yeah, it kind of fits its WoW counterpart a little bit, but
Yeah.
the WoW one never froze. So that would have been so effing OP, man.
It's a mini swipe that
Oh yeah, it
freezes.
is. You remember Swipe?
So this card is good.
Oh, yeah, I would say. You remember how people used to, when they were talking about how Swipe was going to get out of rotation, how it was going to kill the Druid because the Druid cannot survive without Swipe? Well, even in Wild, Swipe just doesn't have a place because there's just
No.
so much better cards, right?
It's, I
Just
mean,
so,
it's a high power level card, but it's just there's not a whole lot of crazy synergy with it.
yeah,
No. Maybe if they
good
were
card.
printing busted spell damage cards left and right, maybe we'd play Swipe, but
I like it. Okay, now this up here though, this is a good card. I would say it's at least a 3. It's probably going to see most Frost decks, obviously, and probably in other decks as well because it's good. Now this one here, this winter card, it's a 4/1 ruin, so it's basically the same ruin, 1 mana cost more. Deal 2 damage to all enemies and draw a card. So the difference is it hits face and you draw a card. But would you
yeah.
ever run this and Howling Blast? If I had a choice, I would take Howling Blast every day of the week.
Hmm.
But this might be better in more of aggressive deck, right?
And I could see a controlling deck playing both.
All right. But do you think it's a good card though? I mean, it's not doesn't do
I
much.
mean,
It does
I mean,
draw.
it's consecrate with draw a card, Mel. I mean,
Oh, I
what more do you
forgot
want?
about yeah, that is actually exactly it. Yeah. All right. So it's probably decent or probably decent
No.
play. I like it. I thought it was a little weak at first, but then the draw card's just kind of really good. I still think it should be a 3 personally, but
Uh,
gotta make it OP, man.
no, all right.
All right, so
Just
this is
draw
still
100 cards.
yeah, this is still a good card. I like it a lot.
All right,
But
so we need to go to newer articles and scroll to the bottom.
all right. Ooh, what the hell, man? And I have to get an ad blocker. All right, so here's a interesting one drop. It's a 1 mana 1/2, so it's good stats. Battle cry: give +1 attack to each for each. Oh, it gains +1 attack for each frost spell in your hand. So if you're a frost heavy deck, obviously, and a lot of spells, he could potentially be really good. The only thing is he's a little low on health, though. Two health isn't
Yeah.
that great, but he should survive at least 1 or 2 rounds, right?
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't grow over time, but do you
No,
think there'll be a Frost aggro deck that plays this as like a 4/2 and just tries to hit people in the face?
could be. Could
Play it
could,
like it's a mana worm.
could be. I don't think it's a bad card at all. Probably a little low on health, but that's probably because it would have been nerfed if it was a 3 anyways. So yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. It's gonna be a good 1 drop, so that's good. Yeah, it's not a bad card. Not
Yeah, it'll
too.
be interesting to see if that comes together because it feels like a lot of the high cost, high rune frost spells are like more combo and control oriented.
Yeah, and that's the
Uh,
thing is how many you're a mulligan. Would you ever want to keep any frost spells? Maybe one or all you really need is 1 to really get value. 1 mana 2/2's not
uh,
that bad, but 3 mana 2/2 is probably your prime spot. But the thing is, this is not as
uh,
good as that librarian the warlock has
yeah,
because a
because it'll
couple of
probably depend. It'll probably depend if chip damage in the early game, right? Like if you play this as a 3/2 and it goes uncontested for a couple turns, it'll probably depend if that damage is if that chip damage is relevant.
yeah, and something like Druid's gonna hate
How they're
this
trying to finish the game.
because this could kind of wreck a Druid for a little while because they're gonna have to face tank it a couple times to kill it at least, or just wait. Most likely, just ramp up and get something on the board. But yeah, this is a good 1 drop. I like it. I don't think it's gonna. It's
Hmm.
gonna be probably pretty much in all frost decks. I don't know about unholy because unholy you'll see a little bit, and blood have their own. But yeah, good card, solid card. I don't think it's too OP. Potentially could high roll, especially if you get it behind some taunts. But and you get a lucky like You have 4 frost spells, but I don't think you would ever get that. But yeah, it's good. Up
Hmm?
next, here's another death. It's 5. It's 5 mana, 1 ruin. It's a sculpture here, so it's a 3/3. So stats are but battle cry. Summon 2/1 elementals with death rattle. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Oh, that means it can go face.
Hmm?
What do you think? It's not bad for stats wise. You're actually paying pretty good, but you're a little low on health still.
That's not bad.
It's
It's
not
a little
bad.
slow the turn you
Yeah.
play it, but in total stats and damage, it's not bad.
Kind of reminds me of the skeletons from Mage, but yeah, it's not bad. Will it see play? We're gonna have to look at the rest of the set, but it's not a
A
bad one.
lot of this stuff looks kind of chip damagey,
Yeah, and it's undead.
so
Just
maybe
a
it all
note.
adds up.
Maybe it'll be good. It's good for corpse synergy, though. You'll be able to get some corpses out of it, which I think a lot of people are gonna like.
Yep. Elementals, should elementals even leave corpses behind, right? Because elementals
Well, he's a
aren't
sculpture,
they like
so he's making
elementals
elemental.
like
Yeah.
animated energy, not living?
Orion is a kind of like a sculpture
Time
type
is
things.
frost, right?
Yeah. So
Uh,
he's making a elemental frost guy.
uh,
Well, this one though, here, 4 mana, 1 ruin. Love the art. It's a giant of some sort. It's a 3 attack, 6 health, which is pretty decent health for 4 mana. Enemy characters cannot be healed, so that's actually pretty good. And it's gonna live a while. But the only thing is there a better 4 drop? I mean, this is actually pretty good though, especially against a priest and paladin, perhaps. I actually like this, and the thing that's good about it is, beside the effect, is it's a bulky minion for 4, so it means it's going to get some good trades.
hmm.
What do you think?
I think this effect is usually not worth a card slot.
True, but what about for a body though? A 3/6 is pretty
Body,
premium. Right, the
yeah,
attack's a little low, but that health is huge though.
yeah.
Oh, dog wants out. Hold on. They want in and they want out. They want in and they want out. Yeah, but I do agree with you though. It's that first song, like, will this deserve a spot? But the only thing is, it's bulky,
Yeah.
so there is that. And it's only 1 frost. You could probably mess around with it. It depends on the meta if there's a lot of healing and stuff. I don't know, it's still a
Yeah.
good. I think it's a solid card, has potential, but we'll see if it ever finds a home.
If it was a if that was a battle cry, it'd probably be a pretty solid tech card.
Oh, I
Otherwise,
see.
I just don't think it's probably worth this slot, right?
Yeah. Oop. All right, so let's go here. This Harbinger of Winter. It's a 2 mana, 2 frost though, so it's pretty deep. You're already starting to commit into a more frost focused. So it's a 2 mana, 2/2. Not great stats. But Death Rattles, draw a frost spell. So that's good. It thins your deck. As we all know, stuff like that is actually pretty good. I'm pretty sure this will see play, especially if Frost is going to be
Yeah,
running a lot of.
it should.
Yeah, it should. So it's pretty going to be pretty much a staple for Frost decks. Because Frost is a lot about their spells, so it's good.
Some of the Death Knight card draws looking pretty good
Yeah, it
overall
is.
already.
And it's undead too, just to also remind you. So there's that synergy. Here we go, the Elemental for Frost Knight. Or Death Knight. 2 mana, 2 ruins, Death Chiller. 2/3, so vanilla stats, so it's good. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to 2 random enemies, which means it can go face.
Yeah. So if
Interesting.
they have so the way this works is if they have minion, and it will hit minion once and face once, and the minion once and face once.
Yeah.
It won't double dip the way it's worded.
The only thing is, if you play this on curve, you're probably not going to have that. I mean, you could have Howling Blast next turn. I still think it's a good card no matter what. And it could potentially
Yeah,
do some chip damage, which Frost seems all about. Yeah, it's a good card. Again, this
that seems
is
pretty reasonable.
yeah, you're probably going deep into Frost with at this point. So I like it. It's a solid card. Probably a 3, maybe a little bit less. It depends on how
Hmm?
reliable, but it's still good. It needs to be dealt with. So it's kind of like a soft taunt. People weren't going to really want to leave it up because you could get kind of messed up. All right, so let's do this. Next up is another weapon. Do they get a not? They don't haven't got enough. 3 mana, 2 runes, 2/3. After hero attacks, reduce the cost of a spell in your hand by. Well, yeah, this will see play. Especially if you're a heavy frost deck with lost spells, this will see play.
That's like that tradable sword, the cutlass and rogue.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good, and that's he's playing rogue. This will see play here. It doesn't have obviously like you said the tradable feature, but yeah, it's good. A lot of weapons
Just
for.
a it's just a free weapon eventually if you think about it.
Yep. All right, so next up another weapon, which is a classic World of Warcraft mace that was back in the day. Anyways, you can't even get it in the game anymore because they removed Nax Ramus when the Wrath of the Lich King came out. The Death Knights were introduced. Anyways, 4 mana, 2/2. It's 2 ruins, 4/2, so it's pretty decent. Battle Cry. Spend up to 3 corpses. Freeze that many enemy minions. Ooh, that's pretty good because it could be setting up just going face, right?
Yep.
Yeah, really good weapon. I
That
like
seems
it.
pretty reasonable.
It's really keeping into the Frost theme, which is
Yeah,
good.
smork.
It's a solid 3.5 card star card.
Oh,
Especially
smorking is good.
the only thing is, will Frost be good? I think it will, but I think this is going to be the Smork deck, right?
Yeah.
So it most likely will be good. Death Knight just has too many powerful tools. And I wonder if they're going to even run Prince too to get even more, especially all this card draw. That Prince might be an actual good. I don't know. I want to see. I don't know how many cards Frost is going to have. Well, I can't wait to build these decks. I think you could actually do it now, right? Because you have all the Death Knight cards.
Yeah.
Up here is a
The thing
manipulator.
with the one thing with Renathal and Death Knight, right, is maybe you won't be able to draw your good cards, right? Like if you spec into 3 runes or something, maybe you won't be able to draw your good cards consistently enough. I don't
True.
know.
All right. So up here we got a Marrow here, manipulator. So it's a 6/3 rune. So you're pretty much gonna only run this obviously in a full Frost deck. It's a 6 mana 5/5. Stats are okay. I mean Sylvanas is a 5/5 for 6. Battle Cry. Spend up to 5 corpses. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy for each. Ooh. Ooh. So that if I'm so 5 times 2, so you're hitting them for 10, right? Randomly, of course.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty powerful if you think about it. For at 6,
Yeah.
that could potentially be a full board clear, kill out a potential. Oh, the only thing is it can hit face, so that kind of if you're going to use it as a board, it's clear is some of it could go face, so that kind of sucks. But other than that, nah, I think it's a really strong card. No,
Yeah, it reminds me of what's the name of the card? The Demon Hunter card they had at launch that they ended up nerfing.
oh, which one was it?
Um, the name of it.
Oh, it used to go face, and didn't they
They
change
ended up
that?
nerfing it a mana. No, I think it still goes face, right? But they just moved it up a mana, I
Oh,
believe.
so we'll see. The only thing is, was
2 years ago.
with it, like honestly, I think Blizzard needs to think about this. This could potentially be a very Zeddy, salty kind of card where he go bitch and complain and stuff like that. But it requires full frost, so they have to take that in consideration with nerfs, right? It's like okay, well
Yeah.
they're giving up a lot of other cards. They need big pay. That's the thing about people. They don't. I don't know why that people have such a like Sire. Why people hate having a big payoff card. Most card games do. The only thing I could say maybe with problem with Hearthstone is Hearthstone has too many bad cards. So everyone plays the best cards because they don't really have any other choice. That's a design problem
Yeah.
with their balance, not a.
I don't think it's a design problem necessarily because if you think about it, right, we can only play 30 cards in our deck, 40 if we play Renathal, right? And so say we've got 135 cards for an expansion, and we've got 6 expansions plus mini sets. You're looking at like 1,000 cards in any given time in standard,
True.
something like that.
So
What I'm getting at is if you can only play 30 or 40 cards out of a possible 1,000, and then there's even more cards in Wild, right?
true.
Even if the cards are super closely balanced, right? Even if one card is only, 0.001% better than another card, people are gonna play the games and they're gonna look at the data and they're gonna figure out which card is that marginal bit better. They're gonna play that card over that other card.
That is true.
Like
Maybe
this is just this isn't a design problem. It's like players. It's a player optimization thing. I wouldn't even call it a problem, right? People
hmm.
enjoy the process of improving deck,
Or what
right?
they could do is maybe what Fairy is to do is just release a lot less cards and print much better cards that will see play, right?
Uh,
So
I
there's
mean, I
always
think
that.
Blizzard's been doing a good thing of like the pack fill, like what we would call pack filler in the past
Oh,
is
I
actually very interesting now. Like some of the neutrals we're gonna look at towards the end
yeah. I was
are
gonna say
they
Trump did
might not
his review.
necessarily see play, but they are really cool. They're gonna be really cool when you generate them or you play them in arena.
Oh yeah, there's
Um,
some good ones. He was doing the neutral sun ones, the elves ones, and he said most of them are pack fillers and some good tech cards, but he says most will never see play. That's kind of sad,
uh,
right? But we'll see.
I mean, not
But
every card. I mean, like I was kind of outlining, right? Like, not every card can see play just by the nature of being, people only want to play the best cards. So
true, and
you have to evaluate cards by different metrics than just what's the best.
yeah, it's true. Lady, so yeah, the manipulator is really good. It's gonna be a good card. If you go heavily thinking about heavily, Lady Death Whisperer, 4 mana, 3 runes, so it's exclusive frost. 4/3, so stats are not really the premium. Well, she looks like you want her to die anyways. Death Rattle, copy all frost spells in your hand. So I could see this potentially being good, especially with frost being so aggressive usually. Yeah, you probably want to get a copy of your frost spells. This is probably going to see play in a pure frost deck. Why wouldn't you?
Uh,
Ah, she's a good
and
card.
I think the other three frost rune spell is 7 mana, deal 5 damage, and
Oh yeah, that one's going to be yeah.
yeah, and freeze the enemy board. So that's a pretty good card to copy if you just want to keep working.
Whoops, I didn't mean that. All right, so all right,
Seems reasonable.
all right. So
So
ooh, we got
yeah,
a
newer
famous
articles.
yeah. So we got
Yeah.
a famous Death Knight, one of the Alliance Death Knights. So he's a 4 mana, 1 rune. So he could go in a lot of other decks actually, not just Frost. He is reborn, so he has reborn, battle cry, and death rattle. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy. 3/3.
So you get that effect 3 times.
Not bad then, right?
Yeah, I think
Actually,
it's
not
pretty
bad.
solid.
Especially if you can do some good trades before you drop him down. You could potentially. The only thing is, you could go face when you probably want him to maybe do a clerk. But I think Frost is going to be more interested in face than anything else.
Yeah. It's
He's
two
a good
corpses
card.
as well, which I think corpses might be hard to come by in Frost if you do
Yeah.
like the pure Frost build.
So we will
So
see.
some of these reborn dudes might be pretty good.
Yep, yep. He's a good card. Oh, Unholiness, it looks like, right? No, it's still Frost. No, it is Unholy. All right.
Yeah.
So it's a 4 mana, 1 ruin, Unholy Ruin, 1/3. Horrible, horrible stats. But let's look at what it does. So it has Taunt, Battlecry, summon 2 copies of this. All right, so then it's not too bad. So you got what, 3, 9, basically, what the stats for 4 with Taunt? That's actually pretty good.
More like 1/9, right?
Is it 1/9? Well, you have to add up the other 2
None of the
attack, right?
yeah, but my point is like none of the stuff that's trading into it is taking 3 damage. They're taking one
Oh yeah,
damage.
it's true.
It's more like a 4 mana 1/9.
Not bad. I think it's gonna be good because Unholy's kind of swarmy, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
undead, so there's that. Plus, it's good for corpse
Three
synergy. Yeah,
corpses.
I think
Yeah.
this. We'll have to look at the rest of the cards before we make a pure assessment. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is strong. No, it
I
doesn't
think
get
on its
good
own
trades though.
merits, yeah, I think on its own merits it's kind of weak, but some hand buffing in the blood decks. So
Yeah.
we do 2 blood, 1 unholy, or vice
And the
versa. It's a
what's
pretty
that?
big threat.
The anti-shield, anti-magic shield too could buff it. So yeah, it's gonna probably see play. It's pretty good. I like it.
Mhm.
Next up, 5 mana, 3/3 horrible stats, but it requires 1 unholy. Battlecry, summon 2 1/1 fighters with rush and reborn. All right, well, so that means they get rush again, right? Yeah, so this is a good card.
You get like 4 attack worth of rush that you can split
Yeah,
up.
and it's excellent for corpse. You can already tell if Unholy is going to be a ton of corpse generation. Yeah, this is a good card.
Yeah,
It could
not bad.
help clear boards, give you a lot of synergy. Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot. Plus, the art's awesome. Gnomes are good. All right, so next up, a 2 mana, 1 Unholy, a Bone Digger. All right, 2/2, so stats aren't that great. Oh, well, then never mind. Look at the battle cry. Spend a corpse to gain +1, +2, so that's actually excellent. The only thing is, will you have a corpse available on
In worst
turn
case
2?
scenario, you can hero power, right?
True. Yeah, very good. This is a good, even, I don't know about late game, but yeah, Unholy is going to be a lot of tokens, so this will see play for sure. Good card, good solid 3.5-star card. Easy. Good, good. The only thing is maybe you might not be able to get the requirements, but it's all good. Next up, 3 mana, 1 Unholy Frenzy. Choose an enemy minion. Your minions attack it. Resummon any that. Wow. Okay. Corpse generation and tempo at the same time. That's actually really good. I'm gonna
Mhm.
love Unholy, dude. God, I can't wait to we test out our decks.
This is
Unholy.
like the opposite of that hunter card, right? I forget the name of it.
Oh, where it forces him to fight.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
get the enemy minions instead of your minions, I believe.
Yep.
That's the way that works. Yeah.
I like it.
Tough.
It's good stuff. Good card. Very solid. Probably close to a 3-star card. No, 3.5, maybe 4. Yeah, it's good. Meat Grinder. Oh, couldn't have a expansion with Death Hunt without the Meat Grinder. 3 mana, 1 ruin. 3/4 of vanilla stats. Battle Cry. Shred a random minion in your deck to gain 3 corpse. Ooh, you really want to. I mean, that's a lot of corpses, but who do you want to. I mean, I guess it depends on your deck. I mean, you could potentially take off one of your big payoff cards. So this is a little RNG. Do you think it's going to see play? It generates a lot of
Um,
corpses.
yeah, I think it sees play because I mean, you can think of a random card in your deck as just, oh, you weren't going to draw it anyways,
All right,
unless you were going to draw your whole deck.
all right.
Um, Maybe you don't play it in like control deck with like super few minions,
No, oh, of
uh,
course, I
but
imagine.
you know,
Yeah, this will see. I think I'll see play it, and
in a
it's
deck where you don't need any particular one of your minions to win the game, yeah, you probably play this all the
yeah.
time.
I love how Unholy is very much about corpses, and it makes sense. It's exactly what Unholy is about, right? Raising the dead, dealing,
Oh,
controlling the dead.
how cool would it be too if this shredded a minion every turn, and you just got to keep
Ooh.
eating your deck for benefits?
It wouldn't be even cool if it gained its stats too. Ooh, that'd be a little bit too OP.
A little bit.
Oh, Unholy Blight Fang, 3 mana, 1 ruin. It's first legendary for Unholy that we've seen. It's a 3/3 horrible stats. Well, it's not that bad. It's 1 less than the premium, or what's it called? Standard. Okay, Battlecry. Infect all enemy minions with Battlecry. Summon a 2/2 zombie with taunt for your. Wow. Okay. Now, obviously, at turn 3, there could be virtually 1 or 2 minions, so even that's good. This is
Yeah,
such a harsh thing
pretty
against
solid.
aggro druid, dude. Because think about it, aggro druid early game might have a few weak minions. Yeah, but the thing about aggro druid, they could have huge tempo swings and
Uh,
buff their gourd, so you might never
uh,
be able to get if you fall
Aggro
behind.
Druid, right? If you take this is a bit of a slow turn against Aggro Druid, so they might
Yeah,
they're on the play, buff their stuff out of range of dying, and then who
yeah.
cares?
So aggro, that's the first thing. Because
Levels.
this would probably be better against maybe Imp Warlock, right? Because they have a lot of 1/1s. So actually, this is really good against. Well, the card's going to see play no matter what, Rev, because it just, yeah, think about it. Your opponent might not want to do trades because, oh shit, I don't want to give them. And they're going to have to carefully trade, right? Because they're, oh shit, I just summoned a taunt. So yeah, this disrupting kind of card, I like it. It'll definitely see play. I can't wait. Unless you disagree.
It's
It's a
gonna
strong
seem pretty
card.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So finally, we get into the deeper of Unholy. 4 mana, 2 ruins, Tomb Guardians. Okay, so let's look at what we do. It does summon 2/2 Notice all the zombies seem to be 2/2s. Zombies with taunt. Okay. Spend 4 corpses to give them Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good card, Rev. Just look at the early game with especially look at Meat Grinder, 3 corpses there. Well, assuming you have one more though, but look at your with the Meat Grinder, you already have 3 guaranteed, not including what you might have another. Yeah, that's a very good. I tell you, man, Unholy is gonna be my favorite. I mean, we have to see blood,
So
but yeah, that
I think this card looks pretty underwhelming actually.
what Rev? It's
Um
such good for
oh, I
corpses.
don't know. It's weird if you think about it, right? Because you're spending 4 corpses, 4 mana to get 4 more corpses. Like,
Well, you break
so
even, right?
how are you gonna get ahead?
Well, the thing is, though, you slow down your opponent a lot, and it's going to be annoying,
It's
right?
also just okay. So the way I think about it, right, is like this is two taunts with reborn. It's kind of like playing. That's like playing 2 Annoyotrons, right?
Yeah, Annoyatron sees play.
Seems kind of underwhelming. I mean,
Mm,
like not really.
I like it. I like it.
Paladins sometimes.
We'll have to see if I like it. I like Reborn. I like taunts. If it didn't have taunts, it wouldn't be as good because it's so annoying. Oh my god, I have to kill them
I guess
again. And it
put it
just
this way, like I think this card would be pretty good if it didn't have the corpse requirement. If this is just two twos with Haunt and Reborn,
oh
full
that
stop, I think this card would be really good. I think with 4 requirement, I think it's kind of
maybe we're
mediocre.
gonna have to see what kind of. Remember too, you might get this in the late game and you buff it up a bit, and it might be really really good. So we'll see. We'll see how easy it is to get corpses. But yeah, maybe reduce the cost. I don't know. I like it. Can't wait to mess with it. 3 mana, 2 ruins, unholy, good art. 3/3, not that great for stats. Has taunt, death rattle. Spend 3 corpses to summon a 3/3. Oh, so you could basically resummon it again. Not
Hmm.
bad. Not bad.
Until you run out of corpses, yeah.
And what's cool about it is it's very good against Brawl, but like, does Brawl even see play anymore? Yeah, it's a good card. So far, I like them all. You aren't too keen on the Tomb Guardians. I really like it, but maybe what you're saying.
It feels and like Trump pointed this out in one of his videos too. Feels like a lot of these, especially like the 2 and 3 Unholy Rune cards, a lot of them have like feel like they've got like the unholy tax
Um,
of like they feel like kind of overcosted.
hmm,
Um, which I don't know. Maybe there's like maybe the corpse generation is just ridiculous. Um,
true.
but I'm looking at this card. It looks like it just runs you out of corpses.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
and then and then
Maybe.
and then it's like sure you resummon a 3/3, but if you run out of corpses, then it's like you're starting the game over again at that point, which is
Oh, yeah, you're
kind of
right.
weird. Don't you
Maybe.
want to be like building to something more than a free 3/3?
True.
I don't know.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see because it is kind of expensive.
It does pay one of its corpses back, one of the 3, but
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Hold on 1 second. Maybe you're right. We'll see. It just
like
depends on how.
I think it might be a scenario where like you splash unholy a lot of the time, corpse generation for the other archetypes.
True.
I don't know that you go full unholy.
You don't think we go full unholy?
Maybe not, man.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
I'm not really seeing the payoff so far, but I could be wrong.
Rev. Always so negative when it comes to
I
unholy.
don't know. I gotta be the pessimist here.
I don't know. I like it. I can't wait, especially if unholy, uh, especially if unholy, or they can generate a lot of corpses, and that'd be really, really cool, interesting. We'll see, Rev. You might be right. You might be wrong. All right. Okay, 2 mana, 2 ruins, 2/3. Battle cry.
Feeling from a
hell is
backed
that?
up gut? Miralax works naturally with the water in your body to help you go. Free your gut.
Weird. What? It's friggin'. There it goes. All right. So it's battle cry. If a friendly undead died after your last turn, discover a unholy ruin card. Okay, so that's pretty easy. That'll see
Pretty
play.
solid.
Yeah, pretty solid. Good card. I like it. I like it. 3 at least. You'll see playing unholy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got a giant 10 mana, 2 ruins, 8/8. You know they always have to make these, right? Cost 1 less for each corpse you have spent. Okay, so you see, Rev, there are some payoff for all these expensive cards. So you could get this thing out pretty damn quick.
How early do you think you can? Because you can't just have the corpses. You have to make the corpses and then spend them.
We'll
So
see. But what the cards we just saw?
can we?
Look at the cards we just saw, though. Spending 3 to 4.
Uh,
So we'll see. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be an unholy though. This is just like its big payoff. Good stuff. All right, so we're going deep. This is a good strong card, and these giants always usually see plays in whatever kind of decks that support them. So Druid does it, Mage has done it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Death Knight will do it. 1 mana, 3 ruins. So it's Deep Plagued Grain. That's a Warcraft 3 thing.
Yeah, that is a even I get that Warcraft reference.
Yeah, well, you're talking about corpse generation. Gain 4 corpses, shuffle 4 crates into your deck that summon a 2/2 undead one draw. Yeah, this is
This is like
definitely
delayed 8 corpses for 1 mana.
yeah. But it gets your engine going, right? So yeah, if full unholy is the thing, this will definitely be in every unholy deck, obviously. Next up, 3 ruins, 4 mana, grave strength. So give your minions +1 attack. Spend 5. Oh, that's expensive. Spend 5 corpses to give them +3 instead. So this could be kind of used as a finisher. Who knows? But 4 mana for 3 attacks actually pretty good. If it was like a druid thing. So
this is like Bloodlust, except the attack's not. Except for the attack's permanent.
yeah.
So
All right.
pretty good.
Pretty good. We'll see if deep unholy. We're gonna try deep frost, deep blood. I mean, full frost, blood, unholy, a mixture combo of it, and we'll eventually find out what we're gonna settle on. And we're gonna try not to net deck as much this time too, because I think this is the very first time we could have fun playing decks. Ooh, 9 mana, only 2 ruins. The Scourge. Fill your board with random undead. Okay, now are most undead good? Well, let's look. A lot of them, like,
well, a lot of small ones, right?
Yeah, a lot, but that
like a lot of like small reborn and death rattle minions.
Yeah, in theory, you could spend 9 mana and fill a board with 8/8s. Now, the chance of you high rolling that, you'll be lucky if you even get 1, right? But if in theory, the best case scenario, the Scourge could literally fill your board with giants. But Rev, that's like a pipe dream, right? I mean, in theory, I guarantee you there'll be highlights on YouTube for it. I guarantee you. But yeah, realistically. But other than that, what do you think? I don't think it's a bad card. Because
I would like it a lot more if it was undead minions you'd summoned.
Ooh, that would actually make so much sense.
And you could build around it, how many, only having the mid game undead stuff.
Yeah.
I know what you're getting out of it. Because a lot of times, if you play this for 9 and you don't get like Rush Reborn kind of stuff, you're gonna feel kind of sad, right?
Maybe be a little bit too OP then.
Like even if you get the giants right,
Yeah, they should because there's
it's
Enzoth.
kind of slow.
There's Enzoth. There's the was it Hydrox, right? For the Druid. And those are all built around.
Plenty of build around cards.
Yeah, yeah, you make a good point.
Like
so I still thinking potentially it could be really good, but it's a little RNG.
It's just like a pile of corpses, right? Get 7 minions.
Yeah, I wonder why
a few of them are death rattles or reborn. You
would
probably get like 10 corpses or something.
I would buff this, make it 3 ruins, so it's exclusive to Unholy to fit the theme, and I would make it re-summon all your undead minions this game. Then it would be really good, and I would definitely see play. I still think it's going to be seeing play, especially at the beginning for highlight reels, but will it be good enough? It depends. Because remember, we have to look at the neutral undead as well. So yeah, a little RNG, but it potentially could be pretty decent.
That's the thing too, is like I was mentioning earlier, like for some of the mid game holy cards, is like, oh, do we really want to be like spending our corpse pile now instead of building up to something better?
Yeah.
But I don't. And this card's got that problem in spades, right? Of like, yeah, it's a pile of corpses. You probably get like 10, maybe even 15 corpses out of it. But like, do you really want to be making a corpse pile on turn 9?
You're right.
I don't know, man.
You are right. I don't know. It would be a lot stronger if it was the ones you played. I don't know why they didn't do that. But here we go. It's a good. I think it's going to see play, but probably only at first. But it depends. It depends how reliable it is. And we'll see. Because, I mean, Mage does that random 9 mana, random 20 worth spells, and that sees play. So we'll see. Hearthstone at its best is RNG. So the only thing is this is undead, so it won't just summon anything. All right. So Blood finally. 1 mana, 1 blood. Heart strikes. So this is one of their. Each one had their own strikes. 3 different types. Deal a damage to minion. If it kills it, gain a corpse. So, okay, that'll see play. Because, I mean, 1 mana, 3.
Very solid, yeah.
Yep, very, very solid. Good card. Probably 3.5. Easy. Assuming blood's good. All right, so 3 mana, 1 ruin. Dark Fallen here. 2 attack, but 5 health. Very nice. Battlecry, spend 2 corpses. Give all your minions in your hand +2. Whoa. Okay, yeah, that's going to see play. Yeah, that's going to see play. Especially with lifesteal synergy with the blood. Very strong card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw the 1 unholy card earlier that summons the 3 copies. Yeah.
Dude. You see, this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. This card, 2 unholy, and this will make that. What was it? The one where it was a 1/3 that summoned a couple copies of itself. The card you're like, oh, it's okay, but it's not.
Yeah.
Look at this. +2. Oh, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, this makes
that's what I'm saying, man. Is I'm not really seeing the payoff for like 3 unholy. I think unholy with blood or unholy with frost is pretty good.
Oh, was that a 3 unholy one? I thought it was 2.
Oh no. The 3 1/3s, that was, I believe, 1 unholy.
So
So
we'll see.
2 and 1 or 1 and 2.
But I think this card's good enough to see in Frost and Unholy decks as well. Because, I mean, look at it. That's just too good, dude. Really strong. This is probably borderline, potentially, going to be nerfed. Because 2 attacks are actually really, really good. Now, obviously, your hand has to be stuff in there. So there is that. But if you're a heavy minion deck, yeah, it's really good. Real strong card. Up next, 3 mana, 3/2. 1 blood rune. Soulbreaker. After your hero attacks and kills a minion. Yeah. Ugh, I'm telling you, man. So this is going to be good with other decks. See, I'm glad we're seeing this on the blood. Because this will be good for generations for other stuff. So, it's starting to see this synergy shit, Rev? It's going to start making those other cards you're iffy about a lot better. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I just don't see the full unholy. But, like, if you play unholy with frost, you get like a nice card.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't play unholy with blood. you get to like hand buff and
Yeah, I like it. I
Swarm
can't
and
wait for the
stuff like
combos.
that.
But you're right. I don't think full unholy is probably going to be a thing. But I honestly think none of the full are probably going to be it. It's probably going to be a combo of the both. Because these blood cards are just too strong, dude. Look at it.
It's good
Nerfs.
control tools, yeah.
Yep. So next up, 4 mana, 1 blood, Death Strike. Deal 6 damage. Oh, okay. So it's basically
in every deck.
It's every deck. It's Fireball on plus Lifesteal. The only thing is it can't go face. So there is that. But yeah, it's a really good card. Hands down, gonna be in every deck. Pretty much, it's really good. All right, God, the Death Knight's gonna be so much fun, man. Imagine Hearthstone being fun again.
What? I play Battlegrounds, so I don't have this problem, but
Well, you still like.
I do like Constructed.
Yeah. All right, so 1 mana and 1/2, 1 blood. Battle cry. Deal 2 damage to an enemy and your hero. All right. Yeah, I don't see play.
Yes.
Especially,
Also in every deck.
Yeah, very good card. Very good 1-drop. And especially Blood's going to be able to get that 2 energy back. Extremely, very strong card. It's probably close to 3.5 at least, maybe even more, because it's going to be in a lot of decks. Probably a 4-star. Damn, Blood's pretty strong, dude, so far. Blood's really... And I thought you said Blood was going to be the weakest, right? Is that what you thought?
I say that before the other cards were shown, or...
That's when we were starting to see some of the frost, I think.
Hmm.
All right, so next up, a 2 mana, 1 blood, a vicious bloodworm. It is 3/2 battle cry. Give a minion in your hand attack equal to this minion's attack. So, so if this is buffed, even later on, it could potentially be good. But even on curve, giving 3 attack to something in your hand is actually really good. Yeah, it's a good, really good,
something. Yeah,
really good 2-drop, 1-drop, 2. Yeah, looks like these are gonna. Oh yeah, there's gonna be so many good 1-drops for the Death Knight. It's gonna be hard. Really good. I like it. Yeah, Blood's very strong so far. Very strong card. 3.5. Easy. Probably, maybe even a little bit stronger because it's pretty much in almost every deck. All right, next up. 8 mana, 1 ruin. Bone Guard Commander. Love the art. A8 with taunt. Nice. Battle Cry. Raise up to 6 corpses. Oh, as 1/2 risen front footman with taunt. So it's kind of like a board refill, all right? That's actually pretty strong. Especially for the mana cost, right? The only thing is it's a lot of corpses, but by turn 8, you should probably have a lot, because so far Blood doesn't seem to use a lot of corpses. So yeah, very strong card.
When they're risen, you don't get to turn them into your corpse pile again. So it's kind of a big commitment.
But I think it's good, no? Now, obviously, this is really good after a board clear, potentially. Yeah. This is definitely
dying.
Yeah, this is going to be a good card. Very good card. Yeah, Blood's very strong, Rev. So far, I would say it's probably the strongest, no? 3 mana, 2 blood. Destroy the highest attack enemy minion. Okay, removal with no real down effect.
This deadly shot that always hits their best minion.
Yeah, so it's really good.
That's really good.
Yeah, very, very good, actually. It'll definitely see play in a deeper blood deck, which will be more control-ish. Now this one here, 6 mana, 2 blood, Corrupted Ashbringer, 5/2 lifesteal. Very iconic weapon in World of Warcraft or Warcraft lore. Will it see play, though? It's a little expensive.
Pricey, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little pricey. I mean, it is good for healing late game or mid game. So there is that. It gets to probably kill some minions or go face for some pressure. But will it see play, Rev? There's a lot of good weapons for the Death Knight. Is this good enough? It depends. Maybe to go full.
So that's the thing, right? Like, we've looked at a lot of weapons, right? But they're all for different rune types, right? So realistically, you only have like maybe 2 or 3 weapons that you're eligible to play
Yeah,
in your deck. So maybe this gets played.
maybe. But I don't think
So
it's an
yeah,
auto include.
6 for 10 damage and 10 heal.
It's not bad if you look at it that
Not
way.
bad.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad. But it's just there's a lot of
It's
competition.
just slow, yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Mm.
2 mana, 2 ruins, blood tap. Ooh, that was a staple. Give all your minions in your hand +1/+1. Spend 3 corpses to give them. Also, +2/+2. Oh, it's a little expensive for the corpses, but do you think this is gonna see play?
I think it could.
Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think it's a bad one. It's just gonna. It's just
Yeah.
there's so many good cards in Death Knight. It's like, is it gonna be room? We'll see. We can't do that with Unholy really, because Unholy.
A lot of the paladin hand buffing stuff make into really good payoffs until they started like adding like draw a card or summon a copy or
Yeah,
stuff like that. So maybe it is
yeah,
+2/+2 is a lot.
it is, especially for 2 mana. That's pretty cheap. The only thing is 3 corpses. But if corpse generation is easy, then it probably we have to wait to see how easy it is to get corpses. You
That's the thing.
probably
There's no minion attached to like there usually is on these effects.
yeah.
So to play back into your corpse count is kind of tough.
That thing is, you would never keep this in your opening hand because it'd be bad. Because
Yeah.
you've turned 2 on.
True also, yeah. So when are we playing this? Like turn 5 or something?
Yeah. And yeah, because it looks like this is Frost.
The later you play this on average, the less relevant adding stats is.
Because if you look at Unholy and you look at Blood, so far they're going to be extremely heavy minion. Frost is probably going to be more spell top heavy than the other two. So yeah, I could see. We'll see. So a lot of minions in your hand. You probably definitely. Yeah, it's not bad. Good card, but will there be a spot for it?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like if you play, say, like best case scenario, you play a 1 cost Death Rattle or Reborn minion on 1, right? And you play another dude on 2. The earliest you can play this 3 corpses is turn 3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. I like
This
it.
is probably one of those cards that will like live or die on mixing with Unholy.
Yes, sir. Can't wait. And we'll discuss what we're gonna do with these Death Knight decks at first. Okay, well, after we're done. So now up here, 2 mana, 2 ruins, 2/3. Okay, vanilla stats. Battlecry. Spend a corpse to discover. Yeah, this is again. I'm telling you, just too many good. I mean, who would you run, the Bloodworm or him? Probably the Bloodworm, but they're both very good, right?
Hmm?
I think the Bloodworm is one, so the Bloodworm's more flexible because it could go in other decks. This is yeah, but dude, discovering card, but there's not that many. So far, there hasn't been that many spells for blood.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
I mean,
a.
you
Oh
can
no,
think
it's a.
about it too as like this is spend a corpse to discover a blood rune, but it itself is a corpse. So
Yeah, so not bad. Yeah,
it's
it's a
kind of
good
just
card.
2/3 discover a blood rune.
Yeah,
Probably
very
pretty
good.
good.
Can't wait. It's gonna be good. It's a good card. It has so much competition for the Death Knight.
Yeah,
So
just might be a
jealous.
little dead if you draw it early, but
Yeah.
pretty good overall.
All right. So next up, we have a big, deep 3 ruins, 8 mana, 5/5. Horrible stats, but we've seen many 5/5, 8 mana cards before. So let's look at the battle cry. Destroy all other minions. Gain 1 corpse for each enemy destroyed. Whoa! So it does.
This is a fucking card, dude.
Yeah, this is a very good card. It's basically
What a 3 rune payoff looks like.
Yep, and it's a twisting nether on with a body attached to it because it's an 8 mana twist. Yeah, that's all play. This is very good. It wrecks aggro. Well, by turn 8, the game's over. But yeah, I mean, like against Druid by turn 8, they've either won or lost, so it's not going to be very good against Druid, aggro Druid. But yeah, very good card. It will see play for sure, assuming full blood deck is a thing. But
It's gonna
yeah.
feel pretty punishing if your opponent overextends.
Oh yeah, especially, and they might not even know you're full blood either, too. So they might not. So that's what's going to be interesting. Well, eventually, a meta game. There's going to be a meta. There's going to be net decking. But yeah, the first week or two, it's going to be awesome. It's like, oh, are they a full blood? Shit. What if a Soul Stealer comes out? Nah, dude, he's not full blood. Well, you probably could guess it by that turn, anyways. But anyways, another 7 mana, 3 ruins, 7/7. Ooh, he's famous. Battlecry. For the rest of the game, deal 3 damage to your opponent at the end of your turns. Slow, but
So yeah, this is slow. Do you think this is a reliable? Can you build a tanky enough?
yeah, you probably
Right, that you
could.
think this is a reliable?
But you have to also remember with Bran on turn 10, that's 6 to face every turn.
Yeah, then we're talking about being even slower.
Oh yeah, you probably wouldn't want to do. This is a good card though because it's gonna eat away at your opponent, and you know games have been grindier more than normal. So yeah, unless the meta goes extremely hostile, which you never know, it's gonna probably be like that at first until it settles. This will not see play in a slow deck, but your slow grindy against priests, mages, this is gonna be good.
Kind of reminds me of head crack.
Yeah.
Which is probably a bad thing.
Yeah. Wow, they've got so many cool cards, man.
You don't have to keep spending money for it, which was the problem with head crack.
Hey, what if it?
Maybe that makes it better. Still equally slow, but
yeah. But what if this had lifesteal?
money into it.
Ooh, how OP would that be? Shit, you wouldn't. Oof. Anyway, good card. I can't wait to mess with them. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to buy both bundles, guys. I'm not gonna have enough dust. Fucking A, man, this sucks. Okay, 5 mana, 2. That's one thing I love about Marvel Snap. In theory, you don't have to spend a dime. You'll get a full collection eventually. 5 mana, 3/3, 2 Blood Runes, Deathbringer. Ooh, homeboy. Okay, so he's famous. 3 attack, 5 a little low stat taunts. Death Rattle. Return this to your hand. It costs health instead of mana. So, ooh, is this literally a gift that keeps on giving? He never goes away.
So you overpay for it the first time,
but after that,
you keep paying 5 health for it till you.
You know what?
Pay health for it anymore.
Well, the fact that I think blood can get up to what 60 health or some shit like that, I think this will see play because yeah, you overpay for it, but it's such a big tempo to include this bit. Not free, you have to expend your life, but you're probably going to have a lot of expendable life as a blood death knight. That yeah, you top down. Like let's turn 7. You put homeboy down for example. Turn better yet, turn 8. You do this guy. He dies. He comes back, and he's just too flexible, man. And obviously, he's not that great if he was just without that death rattle, right? But yeah, he's good because he's going to be not free, but he's going to be. Yeah, I like him a lot. You agree? Think about it. Soul Stealer.
It'll be a little meta dependent, right? Like if there's a lot of burn decks, you probably don't want to be playing this a million times.
But is there that many burn decks?
Or if the game is just so fast in general that you don't get time to get value out of it.
Yeah, because
that could be the case. But
yeah, I still think he'll be C play even if you play him once for health. Yeah, we'll see. It depends on meta. If there's a lot of burn, a lot of aggro. Because aggro will take that. Well, I kill you 3/5. You're going to take 5 damage to bring him back? It's kind of an even exchange, though, because he protects for 5. Anyways, yeah, I like him.
So good now card. We're into the neutrals.
Ooh. Here's a card I wanted to talk to you about because it kind of reminds me of the Phoenix. Remember the Phoenix? The 2 mana 2/2, and then it kept dying and coming back?
Yeah.
So he is Battlecry, add a protector to your hand, which is basically, and if you have 4 mana, a requirement for the mana thirst, deal 2 damage. So he is slow. Very, very slow. Here, let's look at the tokens here.
Yeah.
So it comes back as a 5 mana, 5/5. If you have mana thirst of 7, gain 5 armor. He comes back in his latest form is 8/8. 8 mana. Battlecry, deal 8 damage randomly split among all enemies. Mana Thirst, deal 8 more. So very slow, but it's a neutral one. So this could potentially be something even a druid might be interested in.
So he never wants to be played on curve.
Never wants to be played on curve, right?
Is this?
Oh,
Is there
shoot.
any kind of way to reliably draw this?
No. Well, the good thing is he's an early what's it called? Legendary, but the bad thing is he is I don't know. It's slow. Will it see play? I think there's better choices right now. Right? Maybe after rotation. It's not a bad card.
He does add some consistency to your hand, right?
Yeah.
Of play this and you're gonna have plays on turn, X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah. I don't think he's bad. Especially after rotation, he might be a little bit better.
Yeah,
Not bad.
It's more proactive than the Phoenix was.
Yep. And
sure.
it's better. But we'll see. I could potentially see it because it's early game legendary, which isn't that common, right?
Yeah.
Especially for neutrals. So
the middle form is definitely pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
But it's probably accounting for the fact that you're kind of playing 3 cards in one, right? You're never losing card advantage.
Nope.
You're playing this guy, so
I like it.
That's something.
Well, see, play welterweight. Maybe druids, priests, mage, stuff like the slower decks. Maybe potential warlock. Maybe, but yeah. All right. Next up, a 3-mana 3/3 neutral card, Chanter here. Enemy minions take double damage during your turn. Okay. Well, there was what was that card that the warlock used to? The demon that used to
Moarg Artificer.
But that was spell though, if I remember right, wasn't it?
Huh?
Or
that was for both. And that was for both players.
So that did see
only
play,
for enemy minions.
But it was very niche. I don't see this seeing play as an. I don't know. It did for Warlock. Maybe Warlocks will be interested in it.
It got played in Warlock for just as a good removal piece, and it got played in Demon Hunter to kill people with the lifesteal Il'gynoth combos. Enchanter, so it's only enemy minions, so basically just be for removal. It's kind of just super spell damage, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna see play. Maybe mage.
Who would play it? Like mage or rogue? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
rogue. Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Rogue's got a lot of piecemeal damage. So does mage.
So yeah, mage rogue could potentially see it, but other than that, I don't.
It's got like the twin spell effects and stuff.
Yeah. I don't see it being played outside of those guys. It probably see some play, but
I would not be surprised for this to make a deck list, especially a Renathal deck.
So it's definitely not bad, just kind of niche. We'll see. Next up, 3-mana 2/2 horrible stats, Battlecry or spell damage +2, which is actually pretty decent. Battlecry, your spells can't target heroes this turn. So I could see mage and rogue again playing this. But
just pick apart your opponent's board.
Other than that, probably not. Not a bad card.
Spell damage +2.
Yeah, and it's just going to be designed to kill boards and stuff like that. It's not going to be really more than that. So yeah, rogue will definitely love this, and mage. But would you run that instead of this one? The 3-mana one is better.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of competition that basically does the same thing for the most part. All right. Not bad cards. But I don't think this will see play. I think this Enchanter here will see play over this. But we'll see.
Probably, yeah.
Next up, though, 3-mana 3/3. If you're holding a dragon, deal through woo. Really good card, but are dragons a thing? Maybe in wild? some decks use dragons for priests or stuff. But other than that, it's not bad. Good card if dragons were a thing. A little late, right?
A little late.
What was this? A couple expansions ago. But yeah, good card. It is a really good card.
The power creep has come a long way, right? Like Blackwing Corruptor was a 5 mana 5/4 deal 4 holding a dragon. This is two mana less, pretty similar effect.
Yep, good card, but we'll see. All right, next up, 3 mana 4/5, really premium stats. It is at the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to your hero. Ooh. Warlock has stuff like this. They might be interested in this. And
just
aggressive.
Play this in a Blood Death Knight deck.
Yeah, that and also aggressive decks will probably like it because it's very much 3/5. This is going to be difficult for a lot of people to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you probably play it and you trade it twice. And you trade with it twice or something a lot of the time. So you take 4. Not the end of the world.
No, good card. Will it see a lot of play? Maybe not. We'll see. Aggressive decks will probably be interested in it. Not bad. I like its flavor.
Yeah, it's like what's the name of the card? Blood Imp, the Warlock, 2 mana 2/5. Deals damage whenever it attacks.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like a lot of times you're just gonna use it as a beat stick to trade twice.
Yeah, and
be pretty happy with it.
I'll be sticking on board for a while too. Next up, Crystal Broker, 3 mana 3/2. Mana Thirst 5. Wow. Okay, well that's a bit expensive. Summon a random 3-cost mana. So if you pull this at turn 10, summon an 8-cost. So, but why would you ever keep this in your hand for its ultimate payoff? Because for 10 mana, it's actually really good. Because most 8-cost minions are very good, and you get this 3/2 extra stat bonus. So yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
but
on 5, if you play it right on 5, it's kind of mediocre.
Yeah, it's a card that you probably want to get late in the game. But would you ever? This though is probably going to be an excellent arena card.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good for arena because arena you don't have optimal card draw, and if you get this late in the game, it's actually really good. Yeah, good for arena. For constructed, probably not. All right, so next up, 4 mana 3/6. Ooh, good, decent stats for the mana cost. Whenever your opponent targets another minion with a spell, redirect it to this. Who would want to run this though?
Yeah, it's a pretty specific effect.
And especially if it's a very spell heavy meta.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think it'll see play. It's not bad for maybe arena, but arena doesn't have a lot of spells, so it's probably not even good there.
Yeah, it's. I mean, maybe there's a scenario where you just need to protect your smaller dudes.
Yeah, but yeah,
these
very
kind
meta.
Of effects,
very
kind
meta
of effects like Wii Spell Stopper and stuff like that usually don't
see play.
Played. Yeah.
The only good thing is it has a lot of health, so it's probably not going to be something they could easily kill. But yeah. Next up, 4 mana 4/4 with Rush. Mana Thirst 7, gain +2/+2. Nah, don't see this in play. I mean, because maybe in arena it's decent actually, but constructed, nah, because you have so many class cards that are going to take a slot. Turn 4, Druid would never want this. Maybe aggro Druid.
The Druid can ramp into better things.
Oh, I said aggro because aggro probably the only one I would consider that because it could maybe get some trades and go face or something like that. But nah, won't see play at all. Do you agree?
Yeah,
I like it though,
mediocre.
but mediocre. All right, 2 mana 2/2. Battlecry, freeze an enemy minion. Mana Thirst 6, silence at first.
So I think this card is fantastic.
It is, but will it see play though?
This is just very useful, right?
It is.
You can freeze a minion early on to buy yourself time to do other
Yeah, it would
stuff,
have to be a slower deck,
or
though.
you draw it later on
Yeah,
and you silence and freeze something and just ignore it.
yeah, it's not bad. The only thing is, like, I
It's
don't think
really
Death
good.
Knight would ever want this because they have too many good things. But yeah, slower decks, mages, priests potentially could want
Played
this.
in Gets played in some stuff that doesn't have premium removal, right? Like
Yep.
probably like Druid or Paladin would be interested in something like this.
Oh, Paladin definitely. I don't know about Druid because Druid has that 1/2 silence a minion or make a minion immortal immune. So I think
Mm.
it's probably better. It doesn't freeze it though, but yeah, Shaman might be interested in this too. But Shaman has a lot of their own spell stuff for freezes. Not a bad card at all. It's really good. We'll see play.
Yeah,
We'll see.
it's a totally reasonable. It's better than Owl for sure. Owl gets played sometimes.
Oh, that's true. All right, not a bad card. Next up, 5 mana 4/4 battle card. Choose an enemy minion, swap it with a random one in their deck. Ooh, good for disruption. Bad because what if you? Not a bad card. Interesting. Will it? The Mad Duke's probably better though, right? You play
Yeah,
him over her this one every day of the week. The only thing is, it's a cheap man's version of Mad Duke, kinda. The only thing is against aggro, like let's say Druid buffs something up really nice. That kind of is nice. But do you think this will see play? The Duke's just hands down better.
I would think not. What I would be interested to know is so in Wild right now, like the big priest builds,
Yeah.
most of them play Neptulon as their only minion.
Ooh.
So I would be interested to know if this shuffles it into their deck and then they have no other minions, so nothing happens, or if it checks for a minion to swap first.
That's a good
And then
question.
like, so does the Neptulon go into deck or does it stay there? Because that is a pretty common scenario of like it's turn 5 and you have a big guy to deal with.
Interesting. So it might see some play, but yeah,
Depending on your class, you don't have an answer for
we'll have
that
to test it
necessarily.
out. I don't think it's a bad card, but the Mad Duke and Utanus I think is probably better. But yeah, it's definitely not bad. It probably might see some play. We'll have to see.
See what I mean though? Like these are some very interesting control cards.
Yep, they are.
No.
And here we go with the undead neutrals. Yeah, I like it though. I like that card. I just don't know if it's maybe after rotation. I don't know. Not a bad card by any means, but it could potentially save you or bring something far worse out. By the way, I did a game with the jailer. I thought it was going to be garbage, but it actually wasn't
Yeah.
too bad. Because if once the
It's
only
not
thing
bad
is
at all.
twisting nether wrecks the jailer though, right? Your board.
Yeah.
All right, so but twisting nether's not in standard, but maybe in wild. But anyways, yeah, people just concede because they just can't deal with it. All right, so next up, a 3 mana 2/5, good stats. A little low on attack, but let's see what it does. After you play a minute, oh shit! After you play a minion, give it +1/+1 and death rattle summon it. Yeah, aggro druid, token druid, any tokeny type deck. I don't know about blood knights and death and unholy. Probably won't have room for this unless they run a 40 card deck. But this is very good.
Hmm.
It just makes your board sticky. The hawk striders are beasts. So there is that synergy for beast stuff. Yeah, very good card. I like it. I do think
Seems play
aggro
too.
druid will use this because it just makes them have a resilient board, right? Yeah, this will be probably a auto include an aggro druid. Yeah. What else would use this? Maybe shaman? Maybe like
Maybe.
maybe warlock. What about paladin? Would paladin ever use something like this?
Hmm.
And the thing is, this is Trump said it best too. He says most likely going to live if you don't get something to combo it when you play it.
Yeah.
He says 5 health's not going to be easy to deal with at turn 3. So yeah, it's a good card. Like it a lot.
Not bad.
I hope token druid's thing still.
Yeah, maybe Paladin would be the place for it. You play it, and then you play a couple 1-drops with Divine Shield or something.
Ooh, you see, Rev? You're thinking, yeah, there you go, Rev. Finally giving credit to a good card.
Or there's a few cards that add recruits to your hand too, so
Yeah.
maybe that's an angle.
Ah, a 6-mana 6/6 undead, bloodborn, a bloodlord, frost whisperer.
This card is super spicy.
All right, Death Rattle. For the rest of the game, your first card each turn costs 0. You die in 3. Okay. Now,
Is that not super spicy?
well, there's the thing that who was it? They said as soon as this was revealed that treachery card by Wild for it's gonna happen. Like OTK with the Warlock is gonna be so fucking broken in Wild because it can play this, play that other card. You're gonna have to wait to have mana because you would never risk it being left on board on turn 6, right? So you'd wait, you play it, you give this to your opponent, and if you have a board, you obviously kill it. And oh man, Wild's gonna love this because Warlock's gonna have a new OTK. What other class can utilize this though?
Not quite an OTK. I mean, you have to wait 3 turns.
Right, 3 turns, but it's pretty much a guaranteed. Wow, I really love the spice of this.
They do get 3 turns to try to kill you with free cards, though.
Yeah. High risk. What do you think? Will this ever see play in anything else?
I mean, it's the kind of card that's so spicy that people will play it.
Yeah, it's just too
for the
yeah.
memes. Yeah.
But do you think it's gonna be a competitive card? A little bit, because the problem is your opponent might just ignore it, but then again, you're going to eventually trade in with it for a couple turns, so it's kind of potentially be slow. Or you're going, well, fuck it, I'm just going to kill it right away. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, dude. I really think Warlock's going to be the one in Wild to utilize this, guaranteed. Because, yeah, they're just going to give this to your opponent, and you're fucked. It's an instant win. Now, you're right. They could have, I mean, like against Druid and Wild, that's extremely dangerous. A lot of classes in Wild, that's extremely dangerous. It's like a mill house, really, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I can't wait to see it. But is it going to be a competitive card? Maybe not. Maybe in Wild with the Warlock, but we'll see. Oh, they haven't made eggs for a while. 1 mana, 2/02. Death Rattle summon a 3/3 undead chicken. Not bad. This will definitely be something with a tokeny, buffy type thing. Eggs have seen play in the past for your tokens deck, so we'll see about standard though. I don't know if this is good enough for standard. There is undead synergy with it, but maybe the druid, if the undead druid's a thing, we'll have to see.
Yeah, click the link because they got 3 other cards there.
What are all these other ones? Oh.
Click the link because there's 4 cards there.
I did. So there's a gargoyle, a zombie, right? What are these other cards?
Geist.
They don't come out of this card though. I wonder why they.
Oh no, they don't. They just put them all together.
Oh, it's just so they see what kind of synergy, right? All right, taunt, Death Rattle. It's a 6 mana 4/6. Deal 4 damage to a random enemy. Not bad. A little slow, but it is taunt, so there is that. So this gargoyle is not bad. I don't know if it'll see play. There's probably a lot better. 3 mana 4/3. Death Rattle. It's a zombie. Death Rattle. If it's your opponent, deal 3 damage. So well then your chances are they're just going to ignore that, right?
So they're just ignoring it. You get to punch them in the face at least.
Yeah, it's true. Next up, a 2 mana 3/1. Death Rattle. Add a random shadow spell to your hand. Might be good.
I could see that in Warlock.
Yeah. And
honestly, in Priest and Shaman have some shadow spells too right now.
Yep.
So I mean, this could see some play.
You could.
Yeah, these seem like kind of the undead filler cards, except for the Geist. The Geist is pretty nice.
Yeah, I think the Geist is pretty cool. All right. Let's go back. All right. Next up is a 1 mana 2/1. Death Rattle. Give a friendly undead +2/+1. So you probably would never play this on turn 1 because a mage could just easily deal with it, right?
Depending who's on the play.
Yeah. I mean, you could see
I
value.
mean, they might not be enthusiastic about coining hero power, you know?
True. Not a bad. Obviously, has to be an undead deck. So probably Unholy synergy, but I think Unholy has too many better cards. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not. It's not. I don't know if it'll
Yeah,
see play though, right?
yeah, it's decent.
Decent, but is it going to see play? We'll have to wait and see. Next up is a 5 mana Infectious Ghoul. Cool art. 5/4 Death Rattle. Give a friendly minion Death Rattle some. Ooh, this is kind of like that Druid legendary. What's his name? Gray. What was his?
Rainbow, yeah.
Gray Bro. So yeah, it's the same exact thing, except for it's better stats. It's slower though. Friendly. Will this see play, Rev? Especially against a tokeny-ish deck. I could see something that has a lot of tokens.
Yeah, I'm thinking for Death Knight, they've probably got better things to
Yeah,
do.
but maybe aggro druid like this. Maybe you're more aggressive, kind of like the big payoff.
Maybe.
Because to think about it, you kill a board, you have to deal with another. Yeah, I think more aggressive decks will like it. It's not a bad card. In the Greybow did see some play, so, but it didn't see a lot of play. But it did see some play, and it was decent, good. The only thing is you could easily
It is worse than Greybow because Greybow having taunt kind
is
of
bit. You may force
a
them to
big deal.
because I was gonna say they
Yeah.
could just ignore this guy, clear the other boards minions first if they potentially could, and
Yeah.
then just kill
I'd say
this.
this is probably bait.
Probably, but I
There's
like it. It
probably
might
better
be.
things you can be doing for your
Yeah,
mana.
I think it might be better in Arena because Arena's a little bit of a value kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
9 mana. It's a Flesh Behemoth. 9 mana, 4/8. Kind of low attack, good health. Taunt. Death Rattle. Draw another undead and summon a copy of it. Ooh. Well, that's not bad. The only thing
Yeah,
is,
so you probably want to have your deck kind of stacked with big boys. If you're gonna pay 9 mana for this.
yeah, but the only thing is, like, let's use death. And this might be something for Druid, undead Druid support. Druid could probably like this, but is undead Druid? Trump said it best. Is undead Druid going to be a thing? Because until we see the undead cards, he doesn't think so. Maybe later on, but he says like
I
undead.
mean, maybe you're just drawing other copy of Flesh Behemoth a lot of the time,
Oh, I didn't think of that.
and maybe that's just
Enough.
good enough. Well, so it draws and it summons a copy of it. So
So yeah,
you don't necessarily like. Could be an undead with a cool battle cry. I mean, most of them have death rattles, but like hypothetically, it could be an undead with a cool battle cry. I mean, you get to summon the copy, but you still get the card in hand.
I like it. It's not a bad
So that's
card.
kind of nice. But 9 mana though, so
Yeah,
like
it's a little slow.
4/8 taunt. That would either be like a bad 6-drop or a really good 5-drop. So we need to be hitting like 3 or 4 mana.
Yeah.
Get the free undead off this at the least.
I don't think it'll see play. It's not a bad card, but
Yeah, you can build your deck around that. It's just how many good
yeah.
undead cards are there.
And by turn 9, like you said, it would be. It's a little late to the show.
This will be a really good hit off of the Scourge. Because like I was saying, it's scary to have 9 mana for an uncertain amount of stats, but you'll be pretty happy when you hit this.
Yes, sir. I do think it's not a bad card, but you could build, like you said, a deck around it. But I just don't know if there's just better stuff you'd be doing by turn 9. All right. So next up is now this one here, though. 4 mana, 4/4 Death Rattle. Transform a random minion in your opponent's hand into a plague spreader. So it literally spreads and spreads. It's a disruption card. It's a slow disruption card. It gets wrecked by silence, but silence isn't really too much in the meta. But this could potentially hit sires. It could hit colossals. Like, I mean, think about it. It's a little RNG. But the thing is, it kind of messes up your opponent, and then they're going to play it, and it can mess you up. Interesting. I do think this will see play in some decks, but I don't know if it'll be a very competitive one. But it is disruption.
Yeah, it's a little slow.
A little slow.
As a tech card, if you want it for that.
I think it's going to be for funds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder if when you summon it, will you know what you randomly turned your opponent's? Oh, shit, we hit that guy. So that'd be kind of cool if it showed you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting card. This will probably be decent in Arena, though. Right? Because Arena can really mess up someone's good stuff. But anyways, I don't know. I like it. It's undead, but
sometimes it turns their small thing into a bigger thing.
Yeah, so it's a little RNG. It depends. Like against certain decks like Druids that tend not to have a lot of early game minions that kind of correct them. It could wreck slower decks. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting. I guarantee you will see some highlights on YouTube. Plague Spring Spreader wrecks both guys or wrecks someone's beautiful win condition. All right. Next up, 5 mana, 4/6, lifesteal. Okay, whenever this attacks, deal 2 damage to. Ooh, interesting.
It's like 6 life steal whenever you attack with it.
Would this be in an aggressive deck? A little slow though. 5 mana, like aggro druids don't really go up that high, but I mean it's attacking.
It's like more of a mid-range card.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad, but will it see play? Maybe in Blood Knights, Death Knights. Would it gets buffed, maybe. But the Death Knight I think has just too many good cards, right? So
I think
it's
they can
not
do better than this, but
yeah, it's not bad.
Bad.
I like it, but it's I don't know if
it is a card that like if you play it, your opponent's gonna
have to
answer.
Yep.
It's like it's soft taunt basically.
Yeah, and it's decent, good healing actually too, which is good. And it has 6 health, which means it's not going to die very easily. And if it gets buffed, it's going to be even more of a nuisance. Priests might be interested in this because they tend to buff. So yeah, I think it's potentially going to see play. It's a good, decent card. We'll see. Good in Arena though.
Yeah. So click the link because we got 5 cards there.
Oh, there's 5 cards for this one too. Oh no, not this one. Go here, go back. Oh, you mean this one here? This
yeah.
It's undead. It's 3 mana, 2/4. Battle cry. Discover a spell. If a friendly undead died after your last turn, it costs 2 less. Ooh, good card, I think. All right, 2 mana, 2/2. Battle cry. Give a friendly minion death card. I'll summon a 2/2 zombie with rush. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Good for token decks.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad. And it's not restricted to undead. If it was unrestricted undead, then it probably wouldn't. You'd see obviously undead decks, but
pretty good with the Death Knight hero power too.
Yes, and I could see aggro druids, token druids wanting to get this too, because it looks like token druid could actually get a lot more sticky. Actually, I think token druid's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a lot of changes because they're going to have a lot more sticky minions now. Maybe they're going to go a lot more neutral than class. Yeah, interesting. I think the token druid is going to be a lot better because they're going to have sticky boards. The problem with the token druid is if they get 1 or 2 big board wipes, they're kind of done, right? They're not a type of deck that can usually top deck and refill the thing. All right, what does this do here? 2 mana, 5. Ooh, after this many attacks, destroy it. I mean, that's guaranteed 5 damage, but the only thing is Silence Priest, maybe, because Priest does a lot of silence stuff. They might be interested in this. Druid does have that card that silence a minion. I'll tell you.
Play that's like it's an Ancient Watcher, and you just play
it. Yeah, I'm really kind of fast.
Never attack with it unless you have to.
We're gonna have to. What we're gonna have to do is make some Token Druid decks. And I think Token Druid with that lawyer guy silences this. Ooh, yeah, I kind of think aggro druid is gonna be a little bit more spicy for. I think it's looking like it might actually get some good neutral card support. Yeah, I like it. Well, let's see play. We'll have to see. Silence isn't really heavy in meta right now, but you could potentially build your deck around this because 2-mana 5/5 silence. You're gonna take 15 damage before someone is able to trade that. That's gonna be difficult for most classes to deal with. Maybe not priest, but yeah, if you could kind of maybe do some synergies with silence, is gonna be very strong. We'll have to wait and see though. It's a good card. I like it. And Ancient Watcher did see play, but that's a long time ago. 3-mana, 3/4, good stat. Vanilla, awesome art. I love its name. In the corporate, let's look at this. You see where they did there? Battle Cry, summon, give it friendly undead. Oh, reborn. So that's kind of nice. It has to be a friendly mini undead.
I'm not an expert, right? But it seems to me that a lot of the undeads like to die.
Yeah.
So maybe you want them to die twice.
Yeah. Not a bad card. I don't know if there's going to be room for it. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe Undead Druid will like it. Because then Druid's going to probably get some more undead support. Who knows? Shaman?
Oh, something I don't know is if a minion has reborn already, can you give it another reborn?
That's a good question.
I don't think I've seen that scenario come up before.
You're right. We'll have to test it. I don't think so, but we'll see. Maybe. Who knows?
My gut would be no.
Yeah.
But see, yeah, because I don't think you can do that in Battlegrounds with there's the 4-star beast that gives another beast reborn, and you can't stack reborn on the same beast.
No, I don't think you can.
So if it's consistent with that, I don't think you can. It's still an interesting card.
Yeah, I like it. It has good stats. And this one though, 1 mana,
great name.
1/2 Harms Dealer. Give your friendly after you summon an undead, which is synergy with the hero power for Death Knight. Give it +1 attack. Kind of an aggressive card. It's good. Turn 1 off on its own. It's pretty decent. Yeah, I wonder if undead's going to be a thing, man. Because all these undead cards kind of seem very aggressive, right? I like it. It's a good card, but will it see play? We're going to have to wait and see. Because I'm telling you right now, Death Knight has way better 1-drops. Way better. So maybe this is something you just hold on to. I don't know. But it's not a bad card by any means. It might be Shaman, Druids, since their undead support might be interested in it. Tell you, I'm thinking Token Druids or Aggro Druids going to be very undead. Because there's just too many undead stuff to make their boards more resilient. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm very fascinated to see where the Druid's going to go. The aggressive versions of it soon enough. We'll have to see.
Yeah. So
is that it?
Yeah. So that's all the Death Knight cards. I think there's. I'm not sure if that was all the neutrals. I think that was all the neutrals.
Yeah, Paladins.
We've seen all the Death Knights, all the neutrals. Got class reveals coming up in the next
34 hours. Okay, so we have Paladin, Shaman, and Priest coming up. After that, Paladin again? Okay. Why don't they just show all of them at once? I guess they don't. They want to. Then we have Paladin. Then we have Druid, Mage, Warrior, What's it called? Demon Hunter, Priest, Shaman, Warrior. Ooh, what is this? A hand. I don't know what that is.
Hand is Warlock.
Oh, is it Warlock? Oh, okay. And then Death Knight again. No, Death Knight. Fuck. Demon Hunter, Rogue, Warlock, Hunter, Mage, Druid. God, what is this? I don't know what that is. Looks like maybe Warlock, then Dragon, Rogue, Hunter, Beast. Interesting. All right. Interesting. So Warlock and Hunter and Rogue tend to be the last. Yeah, so it's interesting. We'll definitely cover all the other stuff. Yeah, good cards.
So we'll have all of the reveals in what's that, like 15 days? Yeah, it's like 2 weeks. A lot of time to wait, man. But we've seen I believe all of the Death Knight cards in the expansion and their core set. So what do you think?
I think. Here, let's.
Do you
hold.
think that they all compare and shake out?
I do think it looks like blood. I think unholy and blood just seem like they're gonna aggro wise. It's gonna definitely be freeze. I think freeze is gonna be strong, but I think blood has probably the best payoff cards. It
Yeah.
looks like. I think tokeny kind of resilient boards, very floody kind of deck will be unholy. I think unholy is gonna be very strong. I think I don't know. I think of all of them offhand, I think the blood one is probably going to be the best for the 3 blood ruin decks, meaning the one that if you go all deep.
I think going all out on freeze is pretty strong too.
Yeah, freeze looks like it's going to be very
They've
powerful.
got a lot of chip damage.
I think you're
Got some
underestimating
good utility.
unholy, but I think unholy probably might not be the one you want to go deep, but who knows?
Yeah. See, I mean, I would really like to play unholy. That would be the style I would lean into the most.
Oh, I'm going to play unholy for sure.
If I had my preference. But yeah, I'm just not seeing the payoffs, man. Like you get these corpses and you spend them to get more corpses. It feels like it should be building to something more than it is.
I do
but
think
I could be wrong.
Yeah, you could be wrong. We have to wait to see what happens. I am very interested in blood, at least one blood in either frost and unholy. I think unholy and blood will be very good. Frost, I think you're right. Really deep is awesome. I'm going to try them all. We'll test that. We'll do all the different kind of combinations and what we'll build. But what are you going to build first? I'm going to do unholy in 1 blood first, and I'm also going to do pure frost and obviously pure blood too.
Frost with unholy gets a pretty nice card engine.
Yes. Big
trading
time.
off their dudes. That seems pretty nice.
Oh man, it's too bad we have to wait so long. Yeah, so I think Hearthstone's gonna be a lot of fun again. So you'll have to stop.
We gotta wait like 3 weeks yet.
Oh man, it's horrible, horrible. But I think it's
Crazy, man.
I do think Blood and Frost are the big payoff ones for full dedicated deck to each ruin. I do think Unholy Blood will be good. Unholy Frost will be good. And maybe
unless I'm like underestimating the Scourge or something.
I think you are.
Which wouldn't that be like famous last words? Like, oh, I underestimated the Scourge and then I died.
Yeah.
And then I became one of the Scourge.
That would be cool. So do you have time to play some? So we could work on the stupid quest. Play 3.
I should be getting off right now, but you go ahead and play the games and finish the thing. And you will have some cosmetics that I do not have.
Oh, 2 of them
because I haven't played in this week at all.
I know, right?
Except for Battlegrounds.
Which is funny because 2 of them are Battleground emotes.
Oh.
Yeah, and plus you're missing 4 packs altogether. Rev. I'm most disappointed.
Oh my god. And it's done tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you have a day and 13 hours.
I'm just hopeless, dude. It can't be helped. I think I earned one of the things on there.
It's all good. All right, Rev, I'm gonna let you go. But yeah, we have obviously a lot more cards to review. I cannot wait for the Death Knight. I think Frost will be real strong. Blood will be real strong. I think all of them are gonna be real strong. And what is your take on who you think is gonna be the best combo? Blood Unholy, Frost Blood, or Frost Unholy, or maybe it's Unholy and a little bit of Frost. Who knows? What do you think is going to be the strongest combo-wise?
Maybe Frost Unholy. I think you go 2 Frost, 1 Unholy.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I haven't seen any particular reason you would go 1-1-1.
Oh, no, that'd be probably stretching your... Yeah, because then you wouldn't really get any good payoffs, right?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how they handle the Death Knight in Arena, though, right?
It'll be interesting going forward, right? Because it's typically only 10 class cards per expansion, right? So in future expansions, there's only 10 Death Knight cards.
Yep.
They're split between 3 runes. I don't know if they're just gonna like take turns, like, oh, this expansion we're only supporting like 1 or 2 of the runes. if they're gonna support 3 of the ruins, but it'll be kind of half-assed sometimes.
Could be.
You know, because imagine if there's only 3 blood cards and like one of them's bad, then like maybe you just don't play blood that expansion.
Oh, and you remember what they said, that each expansion and mini set they will not be supporting all ruins. So meaning there'll be one.
Oh, did
maybe,
they say that?
yeah.
Okay.
So the mini set might be. Let's see. This new mini set after this expansion will be blood.
A bunch of
focused.
unholy cards
Unholy
out.
or
They realize it's
Frost.
bad.
Which is kind of interesting because it would be probably difficult to. Unless what they could do is start focusing on a lot more class cards and a lot less neutral. Because most of the expansion is just neutral, right?
Yeah.
So they could do a combination because it would. Because I think what was it? A few content creators said, like, even on Old Guardian said, let's say Frost is your favorite, and then you have to wait an expansion or two before you get any new tools. So that kind of sucked. But he says we'll see what they do.
Yeah, the neutral cards, that would be kind of cool to have more class cards, but more neutral cards is more consumer friendly. You can put them in more decks, assuming that they're good enough to put in a few different decks.
True.
Which plenty of them are. Theotar and Varian and Denathrius come to mind.
Very, very true. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I can't wait for the Death Knight. I think Death Knight's going to bring a lot of fresh air. It's going to be meta tyrant for a long time. There will definitely be nerfs. And I think the nerfs are just going to be adding another ruin. All right, well, this one's one. We'll add a second with that forces new deck creation, which is kind of lazy, but with the Death Knight.
They don't nerf it too hard, right? Because it'd be cool if it could hold its own in Wild without waiting like 4 years. Because Demon Hunter still isn't really good in Wild.
And Death Knight's
we need a few more years yet. So if they hold off on nerfing the ever-living crap out of it for Standard,
you're gonna have people. You're gonna have people like Zeddy Rev posting on Twitter about how upset he is and how Hearthstone's junk and he's quitting. So
they should just quit already, dude. Get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off.
I know. But thinking of which, when are we gonna play Marvel Snap? We got some new decks. I got Magneto finally in Aura, so we're gonna play a kind of control-ish, movie-ish deck. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. When can we play? Tomorrow?
Yeah, we could play tomorrow.
Yeah. It should be
fun.
It'll be fun.
We could even talk about because there should be Paladin cards out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're right. So we could do the Paladin review first and then play some Marvel Snap. And Caden got to Platinum, not bad. Man, he's been grinding. He's been playing more than you and I think.
Yep. Yeah, I got a few games in here or there. Last few days.
Yeah, I've been playing a few here and there. I don't play most of the time. I save for our streams, which I shouldn't because.
But yeah, we'll have Paladin and Shaman tomorrow.
Ooh,
nice.
So it could be kind of interesting to see what Paladin.
Nice.
And because Paladin's one of your favorite and Shaman's one of mine, so interesting to see what little tools they get. All right, Rev, on that note, I'm going to let you go. Tomorrow we'll play some Marvel Snap, do a little bit of a card review before that, and then see how Magneto and all these cool stuff does. Now, I don't have all the tools I need for optimal Pool 3 version of it, but hey, eventually. All right, man.
Spicy. GG's.
GG, take care, man. See ya. All right, guys, we're going to end the stream now. It was fun. Gonna see how OP the Death Knight cards are. I say he's underestimating Unholy. I think they're all going to be good at the top level of each ruin. But Frost and Blood look really, really strong. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. My biggest combo, I'm going to do Frost Unholy, Frost Blood, Unholy Blood, meaning 2 in the first, meaning 2 ruins for Frost, 2 ruins for Unholy, and then 1 Blood for each. We'll do Blood, and then we'll do Unholy and all that kind of jazz, guys. Yeah, so we have to wait 3 weeks, unfortunately, but it'll be here before you know it. We'll have tons and tons of awesome, cool decks to play in the near future. All right, guys, other than that, I will see you next time. It's great being back on YouTube. This is unedited, unfiltered, honest review. I don't do a lot of the scripted stuff because I think it's a little bit more unique because everyone does their scripts. But anyways, might not be the best.